Andrew Michael Gomez.
Thank you for that introduction, Madam Chairperson, members of the Insurance Institute of Jamaica. You would have heard of this one, of the salesman who was upset with his insurance company. So on his retirement, he purchased a box of very expensive Cuban cigars. And he smoked them, 12 of them, one after the other. And then he filed a claim. He insured the cigars. And then he filed a claim with his insurance company to say that his cigars were destroyed in a fire. He went to court, and of course the insurance company objected and said he smoked his cigars, he used them in the normal course. And the judge ruled that even though he used it in the normal course, the policy did not specify what would be unacceptable destruction of property. So the insurance company had to pay him. Of course, the insurance company complied and gave him his check. When he went to the bank to cash a check, he was arrested. And they charged him for arson. Yes. And used his own evidence in court to convict him. It's a great pleasure to be with you tonight. I must confess that I didn't realize that there was this very well-established university of insurance studies in Jamaica. I'm very pleased to learn that the insurance industry collaborates in this way to ensure that its staff is well-trained and well-prepared to serve the industry. I want to briefly address you today on the link between education and growth. There's a great deal of discussion as to why it is that Jamaica is not growing. And there are many, 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 many reasons, and I'm sure you could name several of them. Crime, no innovation, stunted entrepreneurial sector. Coming out of FinSac, people have become very risk averse. High interest rates, unstable macroeconomic environment, government crowding out private expenditure because it has to spend so heavily. There are many, many, many reasons why people would say the Jamaican economy has not grown. But if you go behind all of those things, the fundamental thing is that we simply have not invested enough in ensuring that all our citizens are well educated. Jamaica does not have significant natural resources on which we can rest our development. We have bauxite that may have 40 years to go. Tourism, the market is becoming extremely competitive, and if we don't get a grip on our environment, and especially if we don't get a grip on crime. But what has really made Jamaica is our people. Our people is our greatest natural resource. I mean, what has put Jamaica on the map? It's Miss Lou, Bob Marley, Usain Bolt, and the hundreds of other persons who have gone into the world as part of the Jamaican diaspora and established our brand name. So our greatest asset today is the brand name Jamaica. And people have ranked that brand as one of the top 10 brands in the world. We simply have not been able to leverage the value of that brand to secure growth. But the brand is intrinsically tied to the people. So if you want that brand to grow, we have to invest in the people. We have to make a solid investment in the people of the country. For businesses to grow, it's not just an expansion in markets that are necessary. It is an improvement in the quality of their staff that is important. The question of efficiency. A large part of the profit, the bottom line of business, is the efficiency of the staff. Some businesses are able to mask the inefficiency of their staff because they have very strong markets. But when markets begin to decline, markets begin to downsize, where do we turn for growth? Where are we going to look for the sustainability of the business? It has to come from the efficiency of your staff. The question, therefore, is how do we get our staff to be more efficient? Let's take that one step further. How do we get Jamaicans to be more efficient? But let me say this in another way. How do we get Jamaicans to be more productive? There is a very disturbing statistic which shows that that productivity in Jamaica has declined. In fact, if you were to look at all the other countries in the Caribbean region, Jamaica's productivity would be in the bottom half. So that's the real crux of the matter of growth. How do we get our country to grow without having massive resources to rely on? Clearly, the growth equation must be how do we grow our people? And in growing our people, we have to make them more efficient workers, more effective managers, smarter thinkers, more innovative and creative people. And the only way to do that is to educate them. It's to educate them.